clear report regarding the cause of death. And when the Honorable Supreme Court directed that Bihar FIR be handed over to CBI, so thereafter when the CBI came here, we handed over all the documents, all the evidence to CBI, and we have fully cooperated with the agency. CBI is a very professional agency, and I'm sure they are doing a very professional job of the investigation.
So Mumbai Police was investigating or inquiring on an ADR, but Bihar Police registered an FIR of a victim of suicide, and now CBI is onto that. So was that 15 days not enough to conclude an ADR?
ADR investigation normally takes 3 to 6 months to conclude. In fact, some ADRs take 1 year to 2 years also to conclude, so there was no delay in investigation of the ADR. But what we have learned through the media that AIIMS has also come to a conclusion about the cause of death as hanging due to asphyxia and suicidal. So we are not surprised at all by this. This was always the finding of the Cooper team also, and which is a very, very professional team. Thank you very much.
Is it very likely yet that CBI will continue with the abatement of suicide case and they will go on with that?
I have no idea which way CBI is investigating, but it's a very professional agency and they'll come out with the truth. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you can see that. You can see Savio, Param Singh backing Sudhir Gupta. This is, I think it's becoming very apparent now, Aniket. What do you say? It's becoming very apparent, but problem is Parambir must have set up this interview before the expose of Republic. Now he should face Republic. Sudhir Gupta and Parambir Singh should face Republic. Savio, you were saying something.
You see, Arnab, the most important aspect is for us to understand about the cover-up. You see, on Dr. Sudhir Gupta's statement, you have the Shiv Sena leaders, you have now the Commissioner of Mumbai Police, all siding with that leak. It is not even an official statement. You know, if it was an official statement, I could understand. It's not even an official statement.
It's not even an official statement.
There's this cover-up in play.
Aniket,
Arnab?
Yeah, so Aniket, how are you reading this now that this tape is out? Can you tell me, as a lawyer, Sudhir Gupta had raised questions on the fundamentals of the forensic investigation. He had raised questions on the fundamentals of the forensic investigation possibility in the first case and said quite emphatically that the circumstances, place, manner, contamination, destruction of evidence do not allow a forensic examination with any sanctity.
Arnab, on 22nd of August, Sudhir Gupta was convinced that everything is not hunky-dory when it comes to the post-mortem report of Sushant Singh Rajput, which was conducted at Cooper Hospital. Now, let us not forget that Sudhir Gupta or AIIMS, they themselves did not conduct post-mortem report. Their opinion will be based upon the report of Cooper itself. And when prima facie on 22nd of August, he expressed his doubts about the manner in which the post-mortem was conducted, I fail to understand how could he take a somersault of this degree, where now they come across unanimously and say that this is a case where he was hanged and not a case of homicide. So legally speaking, when there is a doubt about the credibility of any medical report, it requires a reconsideration. So perhaps the CBI may have to call for a second report or may have to ask for reconstitution of the team, record the statement of
Absolutely, what should be the
seeking?
Yeah. What should be the steps taken now? Yeah. Okay, please continue.
Yeah,
Sorry to interrupt you.
So CBI will have to seek a clarification from CBI from Sudhir Gupta for the statement that he made to your reporter, Mr. Prakash. Number one. Number two, CBI will now, in light of what has come on record, will have to request for reconstitution of a new medical team to look into all these aspects. Number three, Arnab, CBI is not bound by what AIIMS says. CBI can still collect independent evidence in order to corroborate their version of investigation if they are of the opinion that this is a case of homicide and not a case of suicide. CBI can still take that charge ahead by collecting evidence.
Aniket, you see, the conspiracy is clear is crystal clear to me. Over the last 1 week, viewers, there has been an attempt by certain desperate Latins media houses to derail the public campaign for the truth in the Sushant Singh Rajput death case. Even before an official statement or a report filed by the CBI, there was an attempt to derail and preempt the conclusion. So my question is very simple. Certain Latins channels that had headlines claiming Sushant Singh Rajput murder completely ruled out, it was suicide, says Dr. Sudhir Gupta of Claims. Did these channels try to prejudge the case and give a platform to the prime accused to try and preempt the content of the report, Shreya? Why is it that certain